And we're live. Okay, hey, welcome to the workshop number 89. Um, this is a comedy safe space, so you can say anything you want. I'm not gonna tell on you to the internet. Um, Aaron, you're up first. Let me know what your topic is and when you're ready to begin, and I'll start your time.
My topic is society.
Okay.
Just say go.
Go.
Thank you. When I started thinking about society, the first thing I did was mix myself a nice martini.
Hey.
Society calls me a good person. But what is society? There's polite society. There are secret societies. Why do they have to be a secret? Because they do terrible shit. And yet, the members of secret societies often become the leaders of polite society while remaining in those secret societies. You see, society is a set of rules. But you don't have to follow the rules to be a member of society. In fact, the higher your status in society, the fewer the rules you have to follow. Society isn't really rules. Society is more a bunch of shrugs and winks. Look at it this way. I hijack planes. And it's not that hard. All you got to do is buy a ticket to the destination you want to hijack the plane to. Right? Because all hijackers buy tickets. You got to buy the ticket to get on the plane. And then they do the inconvenient. They stand up and divert the plane. Hijacking could be so much easier. And I can see right now as I say that that's a premise that's not really working. It's easier to hijack a plane than make that joke work. Yeah. Guys, there's only one thing that separates us from the animals, and that's surprise parties. Because, think about it. You throw a surprise party for a bunch of chimps, you get your face ripped off. Animals don't like surprises. Humans do. I like vintage clothing because it reminds me of a time I didn't have to take other people's feelings into consideration. Yeah. These are jokes I thought of when I thought about the word society. Here's one. Book clubs are lame. That's why I'm in a book gang. Blood in, blood out of the library. Let's see. I think that might be all I have to say about society right now.
Okay.
How much time have I done?
3 minutes, 31 seconds.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Cool. I'm trying to clap with one hand.
I think I know the sound of one hand clapping.
Heyo.
That was great. You
but I only do it in private.
Ooh. You guys have any feedback?
Society seems like a hard one. I don't.
Yeah.
Where I would go with that. I thought you had something with the polite versus secret society. It's like
I think I'll continue that.
There's some stuff there. I think.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Dan Brown's book. I forget the name of it. The Masonic Order, all the secret
Oh yeah.
societies,
Da
stuff
Vinci
like
Code.
that. You know, Da
Vinci
Vinci
Code.
Code, right? That's
Yeah.
it. The
Yeah.
secret societies, or what about a secret society of Mar-a-Lago? Who's actually there? Who's not there? Who's part of it? And I like.
Actually, you just gave me a great idea. What about a secret society of people who can't keep a secret?
That would be
That's
good.
just polite society at that point.
Or impolite society?
Mhm.
Because secret societies do bad shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jan. Please continue.
No, that was good. I was going to say I liked the surprise party. You know how what just makes us different than animals is that people we have surprise parties, and I liked that a lot. And getting your face ripped off by a chimpanzee that was funny. I like that and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so surprise parties. Could you ever have a surprise party for your pet? Would your goldfish be surprised if you took it out of the tank and then didn't put it back in until there were like 10 other goldfish in there to surprise them? Would that be a surprise party? I mean, I'm just talking off the top of my head.
Only if it was the surprise. Only if it was the fish's birthday,
Right.
and they thought you forgot it.
Yeah. So could you have a surprise party for a cat? Would they care if you had one or not, or a dog?
Well, I think
They do have surprise parties. They have birthday parties for dogs,
Yeah.
and they invite other dogs. And they give them all treat bags to go home. I'm sure that happens in our world today. I'm sure there's people who have parties for their dogs.
I think like a surprise
Oh, yeah.
party for your dog is when you take them and like, what the fuck? Who's that person in the lab coat? What are they doing with that needle?
Yeah.
The surprise parties for dogs are always because you get the one where they cut off the balls, and then also the
Mm-hmm.
one where they get them put down. Like those are the only two I know of.
Well, that's taking it to a pretty funny place.
Yeah. Although people don't like those surprise parties either. When you take Grandpa to be put down, and everyone yells "surprise!"
Surprise.
Yeah.
That's a
You
bummer.
remember when you go you take him to get his balls cut off?
When we took Grandpa to get his balls cut off, he was not expecting it.
I mean his wedding. My bad.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
That is some deadpan shit.
Uh-huh. That's okay. So surprise parties. We got surprise parties.
I think that's funny.
And secret societies versus polite society.
Yeah.
All right.
If you took Grandpa to a will reading and it was his will reading, but you took him in the box, his ashes,
I think the audience would be surprised.
would be surprised. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
maybe.
trying-
I don't know. I don't think Grandpa would be surprised. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. If you had your book club was a book gang, could it be in South Dakota this weekend? You'd be meeting in South Dakota with all the other motorcycle people. Somehow you formed a book club with, I don't know if you would want to do that or not, or make it relevant to this weekend.
I'll tell you.
It dates the joke for later,
even-
maybe.
Even the most vicious book gang wouldn't be that stupid.
Well, there's your
Sorry,
joke.
bikers. Yeah.
Uh-huh. What
And
would they
book
be
gangs
reading?
can get pretty vicious.
Yeah.
What would they be reading?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. What do you think?
So you can make a whole list of funny things that they could read.
hmm
My book club just reads wine labels.
That's a good joke.
They just go and they drink wine. In fact, there's more women there, more bottles of wine at my book clubs than there are women who've read the book. I mean, they just come there. They used to just go there to drink, but we don't do that anymore.
Rip.
Yeah, like the book gang thing. I was thinking like someone pulling out like a book and flipping it like a butterfly knife.
Oh, that's good.
And like they like people like have paper cuts instead of like actually getting murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did they do to you? They show you like a
Yeah.
paper cut. Like, my God.
Your first meeting, you have to go down the gauntlet.
Hmm.
I actually I got into it selling pamphlets on the corner, and I worked my way in.
Hmm.
Newspaper
in the-
boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In the
Well,
comments,
this is good
Morgan,
stuff.
Yeah, Morgan Pearson said, surprise parties for animals are just like surprise parties for people with epilepsy. And
Wow.
he also said, can we talk about the clothing / person / painting behind Jan? It's cool and creepy looking.
Was that
It's
a
part of it's a brass rubbing from from a casket from Westminster Abbey from my honeymoon.
Oh wow.
So
It's lasted that long. I've
did
been
you
married-
do the rubbing on your honeymoon?
We did the rubbing on our honeymoon. Yeah, it's proof that we did a rubbing.
Hey-o.
We did at least one rubbing in our marriage. That was it. We have a smaller one.
And
too.
your child is standing behind you dressed in armor.
That's our kid, right? For sure. Yeah.
It's very cool.
Mhm.
It is. Morgan also said, my book club got out of hand. Now we're an AA group.
That's good. I like that.
Very good.
Hmm.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to touch on the hijacking thing once. I always thought hijackers were people who snuck on the planes to masturbate.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry.
I was thinking about. So I thought about crimes that nobody notices. Like you go to the grocery store, and they ring up your groceries. Say it's like $50, and I take out my $50. I give it to the clerk. I think of it as a bribe. I give it. They can do whatever they want with it. They can put it in the register. They don't have to. But I feel I'm bribing the grocer to take the groceries. Every point I get on, I'm hijacking. Yeah.
Huh.
It's like countercultural view on it instead of the polite society view.
Yeah, I feel everything I do, I'm just trying to fuck the man.
That's something. You could go with high society too.
Yeah, I was picturing people who
Go with high society.
Well, my first experience with high society was in a box of old magazines by the side of a ditch in the woods.
I was in the back of my friend's 96 Corolla.
Right.
Hot box in.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was when you said the thing about the bribing a grocery store clerk, I was picturing people who don't work at the store, just going there and ringing up your groceries at the closed aisles, and then you hand them the money and they just take off running.
That'd be fun.
What if that started happening? Any more feedback, you guys? Okay, we're gonna move on to Jan. Let me know when you're ready to start and what your topic is, and I will begin the clock.
Okay, my topic that I was assigned this week was crying.
Oh.
And I was really happy to get that topic. So I got it on Tuesday, and I started listing the number of times I've cried in my life. And I stopped 15 minutes before the show tonight, and I got to the 5th grade. That's how far I got. I'm married, but if I want to leave the sad relationship I'm in, I might someday go to a dating site like Tinder. And I think a lot of people would swipe right on my page because I'm a good writer. I would write on Tinder, very wealthy woman in hospice looking for an heir. And under hobbies and interests, I would list crying. Okay, I wish I could cry dark chocolate tears instead of salty. And if I couldn't cry dark chocolate tears, how about salty caramel? My grandmother once told me that she could no longer cry because two of her daughters, my father's sisters, died at 8 and 10 years old. And she said to me, "There's no more tears left. I can't cry anymore." My grandmother was probably 70 years old at the time, and she probably had dry eyes. You can tell you have dry eyes if you need lubricating eye drops to watch porn. Okay, Will Rogers said, an onion can make people cry, but there are no vegetables that can make a person laugh. Too bad Will Rogers never got to see Carrot Top smash a watermelon on stage for laughs. I wish Carrot Top used onions instead of watermelons. That way he could suffer and cry as much as the audience who was watching his act. You like Carrot Top, huh? They say there's no crying in baseball. That's no longer true. This year there's a lot of crying, but there's no spitting. The rules say the pitcher can't spit on the ball, but he needs to use a wet rag instead to wet his ball. The 130 rule page, however, doesn't say that the pitcher can't wet the balls with his tears. No crying. My father was a very good baseball player. For many years, he would coach me on how to hit the ball. He always told me to find the sweet spot on the bat and then run as fast as I could around the bases. Well, when I became a teenager, my friends were telling me about dating and getting to first base, second base, and then scoring a home run. When I scored my first home run when I was dating, my father found out and yelled at me and screamed at me. He made me cry. He ended up crying, but I wanted to tell him that it was his fault because from the age of 8, he was always telling me I needed to find my sweet spot and run the bases as fast as I could. Okay, they say you shouldn't cry over spilt milk, but at my house, crying, that was a crying occasion. If I spilt my milk, my mother would yell, probably hit me, and threaten to sell me to the gypsies. I grew up in Cleveland, the Mistake on the Lake, and there were a lot of gypsies hanging out in downtown Cleveland. She would point out a gypsy and say to me, "That's the one I'm going to sell you to." And I would cry for hours. When I visited and played with my cousins, my aunt had a different method of discipline. When my cousins misbehaved, my aunt would tell them if they didn't behave, she would send them to Aunt Sue's house to live. Then I realized that Aunt Sue was my mother. They were all afraid to go live with my mother. So in retrospect, it might have been better if she had sold me to the gypsies. I might have been sex trafficked across Europe and gotten to see Europe. What a lost opportunity I had. How much time do I have?
50 seconds.
50 seconds? Okay. I have another story, but it would take a little bit longer. Is that okay? I have a cat, 2 cats, and Lucy is one of our cats. And for the last 2 years, Lucy has been pooping outside of her box almost daily. My husband wants to send her to the Humane Society, but that would be death. They put them to sleep after 5 days, and I would cry forever. We have so many litter boxes in our house that when you walk from room to room, it's like jumping through a hopscotch game, but still Lucy poops outside of the box. Every morning, Lucy follows me to the bathroom, and she rubs her body against the base of the toilet. One day when I sat on the toilet seat, I sat on Lucy's tail. She cried out so loud that I jumped. I screamed out loud and I pooped outside of the box. I don't know if you ever sat on a cat's tail before, your skin touching the fur of the tail, but it was the most arousing experience I had all year. It definitely woke me up.
Yeah. I gotta say, crying is tougher than society. A tough one.
Yeah, and I only got to the 5th grade and writing, trying to think of all the times I've cried, but no, crying is something everybody can probably relate to. You have a story. Everybody has a story about crying. You know, you stub your toe. You know, you could cry over anything.
Yeah, truth, I never cried in my life.
Yeah. I feel like I have a PTSD block against crying or something now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Since the last time I saw Carrot Top anyway.
Oh, Carrot Top doesn't smash watermelons.
What is?
Gallagher.
Gallagher smashes watermelons.
Oh, okay.
And the fun thing is he's even worse than Carrot Top. So I think you have a Gallagher joke there, which is probably better. When you said vegetables can't make people laugh, I thought you were going to go cruel. If you think vegetables can't make people laugh, then you've never seen my sister.
Hey, that's a good
one.
Oh.
I'll just let you continue that. But,
okay, I get it.
Because I don't want to be canceled again. Also, when you said my grandmother can't cry anymore, I thought maybe you could go a little deeper in what might make her cry. I mean, I like that her eyes are dried up. That's a great final punchline, but I thought maybe you could escalate a little bit by trying to make her cry.
Like
you made her sit through Showa. You stepped on her foot. I don't know. And through all that, she didn't cry. So I realized she was literally out of tears. Her eyes were dried up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so instead of kids trying to make somebody laugh, you know, telling them jokes, you would sit in front of your grandmother and tell her sad things all day.
Right.
To see if you can get her to cry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's an interesting form of elder abuse.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My grandmother had a really bad death. I don't want to talk about it, but it would have made her cry if she had known what was going to happen.
That's fucking dark.
Yeah. Well, then again, yeah, your story about spilt milk. That's yeah. I don't know if that's a joke.
It's a story of my life.
Yeah.
So I was going to try to compare it to people crying in their beer, but that was even more sad. So
I like sex traffic across Europe.
That was great. Yeah.
There's
definitely something there.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking for the. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
Oh, for like trying to get someone to cry, you probably start out with like an onion, right, and work your way up to like killing their relatives or something. It's like it's fine there. Also, when you're talking about the thing with the pitchers, they're not allowed to like wet the ball. I was thinking like the other type of pitcher, you know, like why are they even carrying those in the first place if they're not allowed to wet the ball, you know?
They have a rag in their back pocket that's wet, and they can bring it out and rub it on the ball, you know, and then they throw it, and then I think they have to change those rags.
You know, or you put the Vaseline on the cap.
What they do, they're changing balls really frequently, I think, I don't know if it's for every player or what they do, but there's 130 pages of rules, and you can't spit on a ball, but it doesn't say you can't cry on it. That was the absurd point.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
I think there's a lot you can say about wet balls.
what?
Wet balls.
Wet balls. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Why wouldn't I? Wet balls and baseball.
Yeah, never mind. You guys have any more feedback?
Mm-hmm. The thing about the cat and me going outside of the box.
Shitting outside the box is a fun line.
That was really. I always said I was never going to do a poop joke in my life, but first time for everything, right?
You can always do a poop joke.
House full of litter boxes would make me cry. That's that's for
Yeah,
sure.
we only have 5 right now.
Do you know why the cat doesn't use the litter box?
Why?
I don't know. It's not a joke.
Oh, no, that was the punchline. Why doesn't my cat use the litter box?
I mean,
Because-
he's trying to tell you something.
Because he's trained me to scrub all around the house, the carpet. I don't know. He likes watching me bend over to pick up his crap.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Because it doesn't have to.
Right, because he doesn't have to. Right.
Mm.
It's Lucy's. Lucy's. The other cat is our more favorite cat. And 2 weeks ago, he got lost. We opened the door and he ran out. He's an indoor cat, and we couldn't find him for 3 days. And David and I were really upset. We actually were crying a few tears over losing Ocelot because, it rained. He could have drowned. And there's storms, bad storms, or dehydrated, or they have little foxes in our neighborhood. Could have grabbed him.
Maybe that's why he's pooping outside the box because he knows you're not your favorite.
Oh,
That's why I pooped outside the box when I was a kid.
That could be it. Lucy knows that but we try to treat him equally, but it's hard. Here's a new litter box for you, Lucy, and here's a lot of special cat food for you, Ocelot. We don't know what to feed her, to be really honest, because she's hard to deal with.
At least she's not shitting the bed.
Yeah.
She's not yet. Yeah. If I roll over in bed, I'll roll over on her tail and she'll scream and cry in the middle of the night and wake me up, and then I'll wet the bed. She sleeps next to me in bed sometimes. Lucy does. I think we're kind of diverting somewhere here.
Yeah, I feel like cats are a hard one to make to tie in with crying and funny. I don't know.
Well, they're always funny. I mean, look.
Besides Garfield, name one funny cat.
Every cat on the internet.
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff, yeah.
I mean, look, cats were walking around for thousands of years going, what is our purpose? And then someone came up with the internet. It's like tall people in basketball.
Yeah.
Cats are born entertainers.
They were getting worshipped and shit in Egypt, right? Didn't they? They had
Right,
because
if you've seen any Egyptian cat videos, they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they had like hieroglyphs as their
Right.
To that
Yeah.
fucking.
There's the hieroglyph of the cat playing piano. There's the hieroglyph of the cat trying to jump onto a ledge and not making it, and it's funny shit.
Dog drool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they say cats are one of the only domesticated animals that aren't mentioned at all in the Bible. I think. If I'm right about
Oh,
that.
damn.
Yeah.
I do jokes about having a threesome with my 2 cats, but it doesn't involve crying. So,
Yeah, speaking of the Bible,
No, but it could be wet. So
Maybe they cry afterwards. But I know I give them
Uh-huh.
massages. You know, 'cause they're my daughter's cats. She moved to California, and they're 14 and 12 years old, but we've had them for 8 years. We've been
I
taking
guess
care.
if they're your daughter's cats, then it's not really incest if you sleep with them.
Oh, okay. That's a
Because they're
good.
not your cats.
All right. That's never thought of that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think they're far enough removed for it to be
Yeah.
biologically
bestiality.
okay.
All right. Yeah.
As long as you don't cross that line into familial
Mhm.
cat relationships.
All right. Wow.
Right.
We've gotten far away from crying, but I think we've gotten to a good place.
Yeah.
Soul is crying
Yeah.
right now. That's the
Yeah.
common denominator.
Jen, when you said threesome with cats, you opened it up.
I know that's it. Yeah. I have a whole
Good.
thing about that, a whole routine. Well, not a whole couple jokes. But no, yeah.
Can't make it last longer.
Oh. Is that a joke? That's a tag? Can't make it last longer.
I don't know. I feel like with crying, more lubrication you got in there. Don't
Yeah.
cats have like spiny penises? Isn't that a thing? They have like quills or something on their dicks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I believe so.
No, I haven't. I have no idea. Yeah.
Somebody on Facebook, please Google cat dicks.
Somebody is Googling that right now,
Oh yeah.
unaffiliated with us.
Cat
Well, yeah, that's true.
dicks.
How's the
You
Facebook
guys have
feed?
any more feedback? Oh, there are 2 people watching. I think
Yeah.
maybe if we talk about cats for 9 more hours, then more people will watch.
Interesting stuff, Jen.
It's what the people want.
No.
Yeah. They want that, and they want parties, secret birthday parties for dogs. You know, secret parties for animals. Surprise parties.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Eyes. Any more feedback, you guys, on the topic of crying?
Don't think so.
Okay. Corey,
No.
you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to start and what your topic is.
Okay, I'm ready. My topic is half, and I'm going to be talking mostly about half truths. I think that's the most dangerous form of truth is a half truth. Like recently, my grandmother beat cancer. You're right not to clap or be enthusiastic about that. She's a pretty horrible person. But it's a half truth because when I say she beat cancer, it's not like she did it alone. You know, I mean, there were hundreds of thousands of dollars and drugs galore helping her out. It's like me saying I beat Mike Tyson in boxing if I fought him with a fucking robot warrior suit. You know, if I shot him from half a mile away. But after she had beaten cancer, they let her ring this little bell, like she accomplished something. And you'd think that for spending half of my inheritance, they would have given her some kind of actual NBA championship ring or something. Like Kevin Durant still hasn't gotten one, but he's never beat my grandma. So I guess that's part of it. One of my coworkers loves asking hypothetical questions during work, you know, which is kind of half in and half out of reality. One of his favorite go-tos is, what would you pay half your life savings to do? Would you pay half your life savings to have sex with Natalie Portman? Would you pay half your life savings to eat the greatest meal cooked by the greatest chef of all time? Would you pay half your life savings to shut the fuck up, Kyle? Like half my life savings is negative $10,000. Okay. I can't really pay anybody to do anything for that kind of money. That one hurts the most, partially because I had to Google how to take half of a negative number. Turns out it's like taking half of a positive number. You can't do it if you wasted your money going to an online university. Fuck you, Phoenix Online. Some things are just plain untrue. I had a friend telling me the other day when I was complaining about my life, like, don't worry, it's always darkest before the dawn. Wrong. Verifiably false. It is darkest halfway through the night. If my life sucks right now, you are telling me realistically I'm only halfway through, and it's just as likely things are going to get worse before they get any better. It's actually brightest right before the dawn, but that's not a truth that gives you the will to survive another 5 minutes, which I think is the only kind of truths that really matter. But again, half truths are super bad. Like if something is half true, then it's probably true enough to string you along, but potentially not true enough to not kill a bunch of other people around you. Like Bush did 9/11. I think that's half true. It's just that we're not talking about George Bush. We're talking about the 72 Bushes that the Muslims blew themselves up for. Or even the idea that suicidal Muslims get 72 virgins when they die. Turns out that's half true. If you read the Quran, or at least do a 5-minute YouTube search on it, it turns out that you get 72 women who haven't been touched by man or jinn. I think jinn is what Muslims call jizz, so that still sounds pretty good. But if you keep reading or watching those YouTube videos, you will learn that the virgins are created without the process of birth, with large and beautiful eyes. So I'm pretty sure we're just describing anime body pillows at that point. And if you don't know what an anime body pillow is, congratulations, you are at least half acclimated to regular society. Commercials are full of half-truths. The other day I saw a commercial on TV that said, "We're all in this together." Yes, that's true, but so is everyone in the Hunger Games. They were all in it as well. I think that's all I got on the message of halves, unless you guys want to hear me talking about my half-realistic BDSM experiences. I'll cut it there.
Oh, okay, sweet, awesome. I'm trying to clap.
Thanks, Bilal. I appreciate the effort.
You guys have any feedback?
Yeah, good Hunger Games line. On the half your life savings line, I think you should deliver that in a more enthusiastic way. Like, if the punchline is "I've got nothing," it's, yeah, sure, I'd pay half my life savings to have sex with Natalie Portman. I'd pay half my life savings to do this and this and this, and because it's a bargain. I've got nothing.
Yeah.
I'd be doing all this stuff for free.
Play up though.
Right.
Instead of talking about being in debt, just focus on the zero.
You focus on the zero, because half of zero is zero. Yeah. When you said 72 virgins, the first thing that came to mind was it's always 72 virgins. So what does that tell you? They have to stay virgins. You blow yourself up, and 72 girls meet you and say they just want to be friends.
They last a lot longer that way. Also, you wouldn't have to keep killing virgins.
Right. Yeah.
It's not one and done, disposable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. No, I like the half truth angle. I mean, we. I think you could explore that more.
Thanks, Aaron.
You're welcome, Corey. Anytime.
Yeah, I was thinking of the. Let me see. Touched by man or jinn, like jinn thing is weird to me. Because at first I thought
jinn. Sorry, a jinn is a spirit, like a genie.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it for an audience of Muslims, they'll get it.
I actually grew up in a Muslim family, but but I was thinking more of like a wordplay thing, like Because first I thought like when you said Jan, like I looked in the comments and someone just said Jan really big. So like haven't been touched by man or Jan. I don't know why. Then I was thinking of like gin, like gin and tonic.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Mhm.
good. I didn't
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
It's
That'd be
spelled
good.
differently.
If it was Jan, you could say, but we know she prefers cats.
yeah.
Yeah. But do you think genies get 72 virgins they blow themselves up?
Are they
Is
anything?
it-
Are genies anything more than wispy clouds below the belt? Do they have hard members, or is that just Aladdin?
They probably get them back when they free themselves, right? Isn't that's what happened in Aladdin? He got his
Yeah.
legs.
So they can
It's
have
like a little-
sex. That makes sense.
Little Mermaid situation.
hmm
Mhm.
And really, who wants to have sex with a virgin unless you're a virgin?
Old people.
Well,
Secret society people.
yeah, secret society people, but that's only to hear them cry.
Oh, looping it all in.
Uh-huh. It's a conspiracy comedy. It's all connected.
I heard that was the worst part. What's that? That was
What? Do we have any Facebook comments?
let me see the name. Denzel Morris said, "I thought half of it was great."
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
It's the best
yeah.
review I've ever gotten.
I liked when you talked about your grandmother spent half of your inheritance.
Uh-huh.
You could extend that, and then the other half she's going to spend on her funeral. Go back to the negative thing,
Yeah.
getting zero once again.
It didn't feel like you guys were in for me razzing on my poor old
Well,
cancer cured grandma.
when you said half truth, my grandmother beat cancer. I was expecting the other thing she didn't beat.
Ah.
Like it's a half truth, she beat cancer, but the heart disease,
The Alzheimer's, though.
right? The Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Yeah, or I don't know. You could, no, part of her personality, she could beat my grandfather to a pulp. So we always thought she would have no cancer as being nothing or whatever. But
Yeah. Domestic violence, I like that.
yeah. And then I don't know if half truths were white lies. People tell you a white lie, and there's some truth in what they're telling you, but not 100%. Some white lies.
Mhm.
Well, a white lie is the American dream.
Oh, okay.
Back to society.
Okay.
Do we even say white lie anymore? Is that not a racist indicator?
I don't. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if white lie is it. It must be about race, because everything's about race.
Everything these days.
Well, no, it means
Everything has always been about race.
Yeah.
We just noticed it now.
Like when I used the term gypsy, you knew what I was talking about, but that's
Yeah, but that's not
Yeah,
cool
that's
anymore.
technically a derogative,
supposed to be a derogative term now. You're not supposed to
Right.
use the word gypsy.
but they
Right,
don't sell
no.
anywhere, so nobody cares about them. They don't have
Yeah,
a district to voice their votes.
Gypsy
Change-
lives don't matter.
yeah. Change it to being sold into sex slavery by kikes. I can say that because I'm anti-Semitic.
Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to say when you get ripped off? Like,
I was ripped off.
I got Romed.
Yeah,
that was
it's like, what are you supposed to say when you stub your toe?
wrong with people.
You can say a gypsy stepped on my foot, or you can say, "Fuck, I stubbed my toe."
Is that a saying?
No, I'm just trying to get gypsy in there.
Feel gypped.
Never gypped.
Yeah, that was used to be fun to say. Or like
Hopefully, this isn't going to the Roma Facebook group.
Well,
or if you get ripped off online, maybe you got Egypt.
hey.
Whoa, not bad.
Hey.
That's the racism that can unite all of us. We just have to focus in on
Any
hating
more,
the gypsies.
any more feedback, you guys?
Uh-huh. What do you call it when a Roma doesn't try too hard in college? A gentleman's gypsy. Oof. Okay, I just killed the room. So why don't we move
Any
on?
more no, my connection is like breaking up for some reason right now.
Good.
But,
Hopefully
I
nobody
just
heard what
realized
I
that
just
never
said.
got a topic for today. So
Can we give you a topic?
I was looking. I was trying to use a random word generator, but it was giving me like 8-syllable words. But I finally came upon one that I understand. It's driver. So I'll be doing that, I guess, off the top. Okay. So driving is fun. I didn't get my driver's license until I was like 20, just because like I like things to be difficult in life, and being in the motor city with no driver's license is always fun. You get to walk through all the neighborhoods that you would lock your doors if you were driving through. But I lock my door. I lock the doors in my brain. I think that's kind of why I am how I am now. I just kind of try to maintain an air of approachability, but a lot of the time though, like I'm not normally racist except when like someone almost like runs me over with their car, because like can we agree that like out of all the groups of people, like the worst drivers among us are like blonde ladies wearing sunglasses driving CVs? Because every time I've almost been running on the road, I think it might even be the fucking same person. Like I think it might just have it out for me, it's just like driving, fucking, or maybe it's like some kind of like. Now I've never really gotten into the whole shape shifting lizard people conspiracy, but what if one like shape shifting lizard person would just had it out for you, but they kept pretending to be like a bunch of different people? Like there's like a falling truck or something, and then they're driving. I don't know. Like let me see. Driver. I can talk about Adam Driver because so Star Wars. I was really excited for them when the first trailer came out for the new Star Wars trilogy. I was wondering like, hey, what's the villain gonna look like? And then it starts out, he's got his helmet on, everything's going cool, and then he takes it off, and it's Adam from Girls. It's like the guy who's like probably one of the least intimidating looking people I've ever seen in my life under the that menacing helmet, and I couldn't take it seriously after that. It was just really bad. Drivers. There's also golf, but I don't know anything about golf. I don't know enough about golf. Golf always strikes me as one of those like mystical things that people talk about, like fucking volcanoes or the FBI, like shit that I know exists, but I know that hopefully I'll never come into contact with it in my day-to-day life because I would be quite confused when presented with it. Like golf, it's one of those sports that seems to be like really fun to play, especially when you're drunk, but it's really really boring to watch. I also feel that way about tennis though. But I feel like the amount of alcohol I'd have to consume to enjoy watching golf would probably be like fatal. I don't know. Anyway, I did the minimum amount of time. I am done with that rambling nonsense.
Cool.
Yay. Any feedback, you guys?
Yeah. First off, when you said I'm not racist until someone almost hits me with a car, I would love to see a string of things that make you racist. I'm not racist until someone hits me with a car, or maybe brings me the wrong order at a restaurant, or changes right. Yeah,
It gets like less and less major.
right. And at the end, you're just a racist.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be good. Also, when you said golf is something that is looks like it's fun to play but boring to watch. The first thing I thought of when you said that is kind of like improv.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, you don't have to use that and offend comics. But yeah, I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you come up with a list of other things that make you racist. It's like instead of road rage, it's road racism.
Yeah. Because also, like improv, like you have to be really, really drunk to enjoy watching it. I mean, I think that came out wrong, but you know what I mean.
But it's a blast to do.
Alcohol is required. A fatal amount of alcohol being required to enjoy golf. That's a great closer.
Yeah.
I like that one.
When Bihal, when these women almost run you over, or are you walking? Are you jogging? Are you on a bike? Are you in a car? Is it
everywhere?
It happens all the time. You're on an airplane, and this woman in her SUV is out there chasing you with the car. I don't know, but it's like you could escalate it from. I was walked outside my house. I was on a freeway on a bike. Just a motor on a boat. But to have this woman, Nancy or whoever, following you around, and then you could expound on all the different things that make you feel like you're racist sometimes, things that people do that make you question.
Maybe white women aren't bad drivers. Maybe they just have something against you.
Maybe you're a bad walker.
Right.
Jaywalking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to end up like Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Twisted massive. But fucking yeah, I was saying like it's like the fucking green eggs and ham of death by SUV.
Yeah.
I drive an SUV, but I'm miles.
And you're a white woman.
And you don't have to worry.
Oh, watch out for Jan.
No, I said blonde. It's always a
blonde,
blonde
okay.
lady wearing sunglasses. You have to meet all the conditions.
I don't have blonde. Yeah, I don't have blonde hair. I didn't hear I thought you said blind, deaf and blind. So
I don't know. Like,
although I think Jen will look good as a blonde.
yeah, blind.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I've seen black blonde ladies wearing sunglasses driving SUVs too.
And are they good drivers?
No.
So it's the blonde, the sunglasses, and the SUV.
Yeah, it's like some combination. It's like some kind of chemical reaction that goes on.
It's a dye job that could cause you to die.
Gets into the brain. Maybe we should take this to SVU, and they can solve the mystery.
Did they sexually assault you before or after they hit you?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Ice-T could get to the bottom of this.
Like Ice-T just appears floating in the distance, like with his arms folded, just watching. Any more feedback?
Locking the doors of your mind. I feel like there's someplace else you could go with that. Like, what does that equate to? Putting in your headphones? You know, like what's the? Is it just mental? You put up a mental block against the crazies and crack addicts?
I think it's normally you just do this.
Deadpan.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Deadpan.
just realized
kills
like
campers.
what I just subjected you guys to was improv.
I thought you were
Said
talking.
prepare shit. God damn it. That one went
Again,
right over my head.
I thought that was good, man.
yeah, things that make you racist. I think that's a good topic.
Okay. Any more feedback?
Maybe voting, things that happen with voting. Barack Obama, he gave a speech, John Lewis, and he said, you know, the Republicans are changing the voting laws. What are they going to do? Make us go and count how many jelly beans are in the jar again before they let us vote? That's, you know, think of things that make you mad. And I don't know if that's funny or not, but, you know, look at voting. If that's a racist thing, it is in terms of how voter suppression, you know, being run over on the road on the way to voting
Oh,
by the
yeah.
by
I
the
really,
in the SUV.
like, I don't really do political comedy, and I also don't care about anything that comes out of my mouth. So I'm just trying to write a joke. I don't like to get serious about shit.
What do you drive now?
Me?
Yeah.
Fucking Toyota Camry.
Okay.
Why you
I guess
planning
it's
to
not very
murder me?
funny. What? No.
I was like, yeah. What's your
I'd
address?
have
Like,
I'd have to I'd have to leave the state and then I get COVID and die. So.
it's a win-win.
Also, I like you.
Mhm.
Why would I ever murder you?
Because I just made you watch improv.
Oh,
Shitty
you're not the
improv.
first.
Well,
Uh,
I've seen a lot of improv.
yeah, I don't normally do that. I just literally had nothing prepared or any topic.
Shall
when-
we?
Earlier on, Bihal, when you said that you're getting ripped off on e-commerce was e-graft, Egypt. Remember when you said they're getting
That
ripped
was
off?
for the last one. But
I know, but that was really gold. I like that a lot. And that you came up just off the top of your head. Getting ripped off on e-commerce was Egypt. That's what you said, right? Did we say right?
Yeah.
That was pretty clever.
Oh, thank you.
That was really good. Somebody should save that.
Um, sweet. Any more feedback, you guys, on that? Okay, we
Yeah.
can move on then. Now it's the part where you do actual material or anything you want to work on. Anything at all. If you want to talk about your hands, that's okay. Aaron, you're up first, so let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start your time.
Okay. Couple premises I've been working on for a long time, and one I just I'm trying to get the beats down. One I've been working on a long time is a half truth story. The first night I spent with the woman who's now my wife, we ritually deleted all of our dating profiles. And then the next morning, I caused her toilet to overflow. And as I'm down on my hands and knees, trying to soak up the brown water on the floor with her nice towels. All I could think was, why did I delete those profiles? 'Cause, man, those are not easy to put together. I had some good stuff, and I'm never going to remember that again. But like I said, we're married now, so she forgave me because she didn't want to redo her dating profiles either. So that's the story. That's the premise. I'm trying to figure out how to make that work as a bit. Please think about that while I go on to the next thing, which is something I've actually been telling. Which I gotta find it. So I will. I'll preface it by saying I got married a month ago. Thank you. We did it on Zoom, and it was pretty good. The bachelor party was great. That was on Pornhub. But we were supposed to go for our honeymoon to a Greek island, and instead we spent a weekend at a place on the beach in Plymouth, Massachusetts, which is a lot like a Greek island, but with more Blue Lives Matter signs. Everybody thinks of Massachusetts as a liberal state, and it might be, but most of it is the exception that proves the rule. The hotel room's only decoration was a picture of an American flag with the Second Amendment written over it. And my first thought was, I better not fuck with this room. Anyway, it was supposed to be a non-smoking room, but it reeked of cigarettes. So as soon as another room opened up, we grabbed it, and I was thinking maybe I can get a chance to learn about another amendment, but no, still the Second Amendment in the next room. And I realized the whole thing was Pavlovian, because now whenever I pass a scuzzy motel, I want a gun. And that's it. Two things I'm working on. I think there's something there, but they need punching up, and I'm begging for your help.
All right, sweet. You guys have any feedback?
I feel like the first bit is almost, if not already there. I mean,
I feel it could kill, and I don't feel like it has that yet. It's missing something.
I was picturing like you fucking cleaning like the shit chunks off the floor, and like you're like, and, like each one reminds you of a different person you met on a fucking online dating site. Like, that reminds me of that. Start having like
all right,
flashbacks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just even if you put your wife's Tinder profile deletion thing a little bit closer to yours, I feel like that would come off a little better. If you were talking about how hard it was to recreate your profile, and then luckily my wife is even worse at creating profiles than me or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we're back.
is it? I mean, it's been a while since I created a profile, but I recall that they're pains in the ass. Is it difficult for you to create a good profile? Should I start with that? Is that something people can identify with? Like, hey, you know how it's just it's a chore to create these profiles.
Well, would people be self-aware enough to know if they had a bad one?
No, but does anybody have an easy time creating them? I mean, I feel like it's something that even if you're not self-aware enough to know you have a bad one, you're kind of self-conscious enough to think, I don't know.
Well, no, I think it'd be funny, like to, like just
Yeah, that's a good angle.
yeah, pretend you had like the worst, like whatever you could imagine being the worst one possible, and
Sorry.
holy shit.
Because the premise only really works if it's difficult. If
Well-
creating the profile, that premise only works if creating the profile is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, but
Because
what I mean
the-
is like a. Oh, sorry.
Can you put on digital background because I want some.
Okay. Because the
No, I want the.
Oh,
Just put digital.
okay.
No, can you put digital
All right,
background?
my wife doesn't want to be on screen, so I have to go to a digital background for a second.
We don't have one.
Oh, we don't have it. It's
StreamYard.
not Zoom.
Yeah.
Here is StreamYard. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go like this. Here we go. Okay, now she can go to the fridge. Okay, so anyway, I mean, maybe the dating profile doesn't have to be the frame, because hopefully it's an act out down on hands and knees, wiping up the shit.
Yeah, but what I meant
But
was
that
like
was my big regret, you know.
Hmm.
I wasn't thinking, oh no, I ruined the bathroom. I was thinking, oh man, it's gonna be such a pain in the ass to
what
write these things again.
Yeah, but I was thinking of kind of like. I was thinking of kind of like a misdirect, you know, where you're like, oh man, I spent hours writing it, and then you like might list some of the things that were on it, and it's like just incredible, like the grossest shit you could ever think of, or like just the most alarming shit ever, you know. It's just like, hey,
Okay.
fucking,
Has never backed up a toilet.
Yeah.
He's never needed
No.
a picture.
Yeah. Okay.
it's like, I'm looking for a girl with a hairy ass. Or some shit like that, and you're just like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, it took me hours, like you're writing fucking poetry and shit, and it's just like
Best sex I ever had was with 2 cats.
Uh-huh.
Or you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for an old woman in hospice.
Maybe something about, oh God, Corona. I mean, I feel like if you're telling that joke now, there's somewhere to go with how impossible it is to meet people in the time of Corona.
Okay.
I can't finish it though.
Well, you know what though? That I've got some good stuff there. Thank you.
In the second example, are you ready to move on? You talked about your honeymoon in Greece and ending up, was it Plymouth, Massachusetts? Good.
Yeah.
That you can make a, I don't know what it would be, but when I went to Greece, we were going to do this, and then make something really kind of shitty that you ended up doing in Plymouth instead.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're going to walk among the, you know, beautiful blue water and the white, you know, eating, dancing, drinking ouzo, whatever you are, and then you ended have a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer instead in Plymouth or something. But you try to contrast the two with, you know, what you were hoping it to be and then what it turned out to be. You know, you
Uh-huh.
just looking for those beautiful photos where you would have all the beautiful scenery behind you. And then you ended up having your pictures taken in front of statues of Christopher Columbus that got torn down the next year. I don't know. But anyway, you can think of how bad Plymouth was compared.
Okay. I can move back.
She doesn't want us to see her because she's the blonde woman that's almost run you over.
Yes.
What's happening? I thought she was
Uh-huh.
blonde.
And we have an SUV.
See, I knew it.
Well, actually, we have a Subaru because we live in Northampton, Massachusetts,
Hmm.
which is the lesbian capital of America. So also the Subaru capital of America.
Oh, so it's like,
That's something for the dating profile. I mean,
Yeah.
date around lesbians.
Uh-huh.
like the Grease thing. Like, what if like it was like, you know how they like have the Saganaki with it's on fire?
I don't because I haven't been there yet.
Well, they had a cheese that they light on fire,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then, so what if like you
That sounds
ordered food
nice.
you ordered food and they brought it out and it was on fire, but it wasn't supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was just wings.
Yeah. Like recreating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I heard wings say, "Could you light them on fire, please?"
And then at the Greek dances, they break all those plates. When they're in some of the dances, they would break plates. So I don't know what happened in Massachusetts. They tore up paper plates instead.
Or I just started breaking plates at the restaurant. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm pretending I'm in Greece."
It was like a shooting gallery with plates, like shoot plates.
Uh-huh.
But like Greek island sounds like some kind of like salad dressing, like a mixture.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm trying to get to the part where literally every room at this hotel had its only decoration was a big picture of the Second Amendment. I think that's comedy there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong comparing it to Greece at all.
No, what would be the Greek equivalent? I mean, every room has a picture of.
Well, that's still comparing it to Greece. But I'm thinking like, what if you switch
From
rooms
a
the
diner?
first time?
What?
You switched rooms and then it had the same amendment. You were hoping for another amendment.
Yeah.
What if you like kept switching rooms and they all had the same thing, but then you got to one room and it had something completely different
Uh-huh.
and unexpected? That could be the punchline, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like just the thing you would least expect to be in that room.
The
Or maybe-
18th Amendment.
14th Amendment or something, yeah.
No, not even necessarily like an amendment. Just like what would you least expect to be behind the door?
After every room had the Second Amendment,
Yeah, like I'm saying, like complete non sequitur.
probably
I mean, if you're following it, it could be a clogged toilet with just shit all over the floor.
yeah, right. Or what is it? Michael Moore. Michael Moore just sitting in the bed.
Yeah.
Or AOC.
No, like, fuck. What I mean is like say like nothing before the joke has had like you're just thinking like you're in the middle of nowhere and there's just a random door in front of you and you open that door and behind it is the thing you least expect to be behind that door just like randomly. Well, what do you think would be in there? Like fucking a bear orgy going on or some shit, or like a shark just flopping around on the wooden floor, or aliens.
Happiness.
So what if you open the last door and there's happiness?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Or an animal surprise party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I get my face ripped off.
Yeah.
What's your honeymoon, right? I mean, what's something you would least expect to see on your honeymoon?
Sex.
Your kids? Sucks.
I think the animal surprise party thing would be great. Like if he had that as a callback.
Mhm.
Fucking
Also, maybe that'll be the title of my first album, Animal Surprise Party.
Sounds like a banger.
Okay. Keep working.
any more feedback?
Any
you guys?
The
Any
the only
feedback?
little thing I thought of is if you go to Crete, you know, that I don't know if that's a Greek island or country.
It's a little bit of both, I think.
Crete rhymes with skeet, kind of skeet shooting. And you're talking about comparing the two if you wanted to rhyme somehow in there. I was going to go to Crete and I ended up going to skeet shooting, you know. Anyway, that was my little idea that popped in there. But no, there's a lot of potential there.
Okay. Who is that a rubbing of?
My husband might know. David?
What?
Who's the rubbing of this in our family room? Do you remember?
Oh, the night.
It's a night.
I
Now
don't
that
know.
We don't know anymore.
No, we went how we knew.
We were there once only, many years ago, before COVID and you could travel.
Rip.
It's still
good days.
travel the old-fashioned way.
Right.
in your mind.
Now, yeah, just your fantasies. You instead of fantasizing, you know, about sex with people, you fantasize about, you know, going to countries now.
No, I still don't.
It's still
Still sex for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to break. Okay.
You guys have any more feedback? Okay, we're gonna move on then. Jan, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to begin, and I will start the clock.
Okay, I don't have very much, but I had a couple ideas. And so I look at my life as pre-COVID and post-COVID. In March of this year, this guy, I was at a comedy club and he kind of verbally attacked me and was kind of mean and said mean things to me. And there were other people there. And I tried to defend myself as best I could. And that doesn't happen to me ever or very much, but from him, it's happened several times. And so under my breath, I said, someday you're going to get yours. You're going to get yours someday. And I just wish that a lot of bad things would happen to him. And then, you know, it's like the next week or so, the pandemic came and everything shut down for weeks. And now I learned that he lost his business. And because of that, his wife left him and kept the house, the kids, and the dog. And now he's sometimes living in his car under a bridge, eating from a cold can of baked beans. And I wondered, did I cause this pandemic? Did what I wish come true? Do I have superpowers that I'm not aware of? Did I make, by wishing something bad to happen to him, I caused the pandemic? And if that's the case, I just want to apologize to you and the rest of the world. I had no idea that would happen. I'm sorry, but his life is fucked up, including mine. But he got what he deserved. He got what he had coming to him. So I don't know if that's funny or not, but that's how I really feel.
It's satisfying.
So now I'm afraid to wish bad things for anybody because, you know, what else could happen? What superpowers do I have? I better not be careful what I might do. This is even weirder. Before my father died, he said to me, the worst thing that could happen to you after you die is that water will get into your coffin. And he didn't want that to happen. My dad worried about that stuff. And I thought the worst thing that could happen to you is that nobody claims your body and no one buries you at all. You end up, going to a pauper's grave. But because my father was so worried about that, I bought him, and my mother died 2 months later, I bought them a stainless steel coffins, caskets that had a lifetime warranty on them and against rusting and water. In addition, they put the caskets in a metal vault. And because I had told the the funeral home about it, they encouraged me to put that inside of another container that was made of PVC pipes that had a 33 guarantee against leakage. So no water would get into my parents' caskets. So my husband now mocks me. He wants to know, when am I going to go there and dig up these caskets to see if the warranties are still good? They're still holding up. When am I going to go there and dig them up? And so I thought, instead of giving me a lifetime warranty on the casket or 30 warranty, they should have given me a death time warranty on the caskets and vaults themselves. Death time warranty instead of a life. That was 20 minutes to get to that idea. It was too long. If you look up the word Goditis on Urban Dictionary, Goditis is on there. Now, I know you guys just met me and stuff, but if I invited you to come to a party at my house and it wasn't COVID, would you guys want to come?
Yes.
And if I told you that Goditis on Urban Dictionary meant a sex party, a Goditis is a sex party. It's on Urban Dictionary. It's for true. Now sex party. How many of you want to come? I've done this in a club before, and you get a little polite applause and you get big cheers, or you get nothing at all. My nephew, I have 27 nieces and nephews. One of my nephews, Mark, had a Goditis in San Francisco with these ballerinas, and it ended up on Urban Dictionary. And so I try to come up with different things that could happen at my Goditis party. There would be ejaculations at my party. Now, Mark Twain, when he wrote his material, he wrote that when the audience came to see them, they ejaculated. And the word ejaculated years ago meant that they shouted out. They shouted out, they cried out things, oh, that's wonderful. That was, kind of like heckling today, but in a more positive, like they ejaculated. So if you come to my party, my sex party, you can all ejaculate. You can all shout out things if you want to. Anyway, that's my time, and that's about what I have.
Yay. Sweet. Awesome. You guys have any feedback?
Yeah. I thought that the parents' coffin joke, it's fine if it's a long setup, but if you went to something like, and then I went to visit the grave, and the whole thing had burnt down because water couldn't get to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, it's dark, but hey, you're starting with buying coffins for your parents.
Right. I know.
So,
I feel like that works.
and as for the sex party, that's just a great invitation.
I think it'd be funnier if you put that on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Well, if I put it on,
Goditis.
Yeah.
well, it only has one. It doesn't have very many likes, so if you went there, you would probably think I did. Yeah, it's my nephew nephew's friend put it on or something, and it says, "Me and some bros got some beers and had a Goditis." That's what it says on there. And so anyway, then I went on stage once. I tried to do. The ballerinas are known for doing 5 positions, and I tried to do them on stage, but I couldn't because I have a trouble with my hip, and it wouldn't move. My leg wouldn't move right to do all the positions. And so I say, I can do 3 of the 5 positions if you give me enough CBD oil, standing, sitting, and lying down,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But I try to think of how I could be a ballerina on stage and do positions, but
Well, maybe
You
a
say,
Goditis
but
is a sex party and a Jan Goditis is a sex party where you have to call the chiropractor afterwards.
that's good.
or ballerinas can do 5 positions, but a Goditis they only do 1. Doggy style.
Okay.
Cat style if it comes after you.
Yes,
Cat
yeah.
style. It's got to be cat style. That's right.
Well,
Right.
with your deadpan style, I could see you saying more shocking things.
Yeah.
I sometimes do, but I don't, to raise an eyebrow or two.
Forgot the audience for it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's to try to shock people a little bit. I like doing that. Um, so cat style, doggy style, one position, doggy style. But the opening thing, like I'm in charge.
Cat style is doggy style in a litter box.
Say that again.
I say cat style is doggy style in a litter box.
The opening one,
Or on the floor
ew.
if you're a rebel.
I feel like Jan's cat outside the box.
I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah. Schrodinger Jan's cat is the shit in the box or out the
Like-
box. Hello? Sorry.
and
Right,
shit,
yeah.
it's both in and not in the box.
Yeah.
So
But what were you going
But,
to say before?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
when you said like the worst thing that could happen is like no one picking up your body and then they like never bear. Like what if I was thinking like what if you were like and then they send it to the local soup kitchen.
Some Upton Sinclair sort of like green shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jungle.
Or if you're a Christian, the worst thing that could happen is go to hell.
Well, I know that. Yeah. That I don't know if my dad ever thought of that or not, but yeah, it's spending a lot of time with people who know that both my parents had cancer. They died 2 months apart,
Wow.
so that was hard, for them going through that and stuff like that. So what things do you and to do that? And they both went to the Cleveland Clinic, so it's a plug for them. Make sure you get good doctors. But yeah, so yeah, my dad was worried about that water. Yeah.
You
So
know
I-
what? A giant
A lot of
Tupperware
my
casket.
and all that stuff. Pardon?
Tupperware should make caskets.
Oh, okay. Tupperware.
That would keep out the moisture.
Okay.
It would keep the body fresh for
Okay.
weeks.
I was thinking like
Fresh and delicious.
I was thinking like what if it like you actually did dig it up and it was wet, so you like go in to return it. You're like, I'd like to you're just carrying a casket. You're like, I'd like to return this wet casket. You just like plop it on the counter.
Hmm.
Yeah, this casket, just like tires, you get prorated, so it's like, you get prorated a certain amount for use,
Yeah.
wear and tear.
It would be great though if you returned it and they just gave you store credit.
Oh, that's what I need.
Because no one gives you your money back anymore. It's all store credit.
But then I try to come up with ideas for lifetime warranties on things. Because when you're my age, what is a lifetime warranty? Is it with COVID, is it 6 weeks, 6 months? I probably have a lifetime supply of makeup right now, if I make it, and so what's, lifetime, you win a lifetime supply of something, but in COVID, that could be much shorter. And whose lifetime are they talking about, Like my cats, my, you're somebody who's younger, somebody who's older.
What if you like want a lifetime supply of something, but then never mind.
Like a lifetime supply of cigarettes.
Yeah. Or a lifetime supply of cancer.
Right.
That,
That'd be terrible.
I was thinking like it's like the 30s and you're in Japan and you win a lifetime supply of something and then you get drafted and you end up having to be a kamikaze.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck, my lifetime supply of ham.
I think they used to, on some of the game shows, you could win a lifetime supply of rice-a-roni,
Yeah.
San Francisco's treat, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Rice
So-
Roni doesn't exist anymore?
I don't
I
know.
think it does.
Does it?
I don't know.
There's something like that though.
It must.
I think you guys are just too rich to know. Fucking
Yeah.
Rice-a-roni. It was like totally, when we were students, we had rice-a-roni here.
Well, the San
That's-
Francisco treat is something different now. It's just heroin. So
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
They lost their
That would be that'd be a better lifetime supply. You had a lifetime supply of heroin and you overdosed, not very long.
oh shit.
Before that, it was a blowjob from a guy in a dress. But now it's just heroin.
8th Street.
Now that the tech
I
pros
was
have
just
taken
saying, I think
over.
it's lube.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing all this down, so
Well, lube does make the rice go down faster. I broke the room again.
Yeah. Get
Just
your
like-
money.
That's what improv is. You might broke the room.
Okay, so any more feedback, you guys, on that set?
I just thought with the first one, with you wishing horrible things happening and screwing everything, there's got to be another example there of you, or maybe you try and wish for good and it fucks things up even more. Like you wish his life gets better and he just ends up killing himself or something.
Did he get COVID?
not yet, but there's hope.
There you go. So you ended on
Yeah.
you got gypped.
Right. Yeah. So but if something happened, like what if I got COVID? Does that mean that he and other people wish bad things for me? That I have to, it could, how does that work? But I thought it would be funny if it was, just kind of, did I cause this pandemic? If I came up and said that, I don't know if that's funny or not, but it struck me as funny when I thought of it.
No, I think it's funny. It's just
Yeah.
could use some reinforcement. Like, what other things have you wished for that were you somehow responsible for? I don't know, the Iraq War, for 9/11, for the stock market crash, for
The Challenger disaster.
the
Go
Challenger.
all the way.
Yeah, the Challenger. Oh, that'd be sad. I cried when that happened. So
That's a callback.
that was pretty bad when that happened.
Is that
Well, you could say, I hope that's not the case because that would mean I also caused the Challenger disaster.
Okay.
what if it was every like
Bad
terrible
things
thing?
happen.
Yeah, I think go all the way with it. Take full responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Like you somehow found a time machine and ended up causing every terrible thing throughout
Mhm.
history.
Or you went back in time and sired Hitler and saved
more-
Hitler. That's it.
That's it. I
Baby
was thinking
Hitler
like-
was choking, and you gave him the Heimlich.
Yes. I was like, wait, is this a Heinlein story? Or the I'm like,
So anyway, all those bad things didn't really happen to him. I just made that up. I hope you know that. But yeah,
Yet they haven't happened to him yet, Jen.
yeah. Well, yeah. And I stopped.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe in myself. Yeah. But before, I used to think that, Aunt Arya in Game of Thrones, she had a list of all the people she wanted to kill. Remember, and she went through them and killed them.
Mhm.
I'm not able. I can't do that. I don't. I would never want to kill anybody. So instead, I have a list of people I want to haunt when I'm dead. One of your ghosts. So, and I would put him on my list of people that I want to haunt. But I don't think I want to. He's not worth my energy. I really I want to move on. I don't want to, do that. But anyway, I was trying to think, who would I put on my list of people to haunt? And that would be something else to think about. But I'm dark, deadpan. So I have dark stuff I think about, especially now with COVID.
For a ghost, you'd be deadpan dead, Jen.
Ayo.
Oh my God, that's worth a gift certificate to your favorite restaurant that's closed.
Thank you.
So what did you say that was dead?
I'll give you my address.
Deadpan what?
Dead Jen.
Deadpan Dead Jan.
Your
Life
ghost.
fly.
Okay. Deadpan, haunting.
if you ever get like action figures made of yourself, I feel like that would come in really handy.
Deadpan Jan action figures.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Or a deadpan Jen in action figure.
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah.
So I had a joke and no one thought it was funny, but what do you put on your resume if you want to work in a funeral parlor and dress the deceased? If you put on there that you like to play and dress Barbie dolls when you were little, you had a lot of practice putting clothes on stiff things. Would that help you get hired? Yeah, no one thought that was funny before either. So anyway, but I have a funny streak where I think of strange things.
Sweet. Do you guys have any more feedback?
Thank you for all your help.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Sweet. Corey, you're up next. Let me know when you're ready to start. And I'll start the clock and also smoke a cigarette. I'll be watching.
Cool. I am ready. And you have emboldened me, Belial. I'm going to try something I haven't tried on stage before. I know it's hard times for everybody, but I have to rant about something that's been bothering me a lot. Black queens. Black queens piss me the fuck off, man. You guys know what I mean by that? Like, black queens are always pregnant, constantly taking, and somehow have like thousands of slave boys bringing them shit. I cannot stand those fucking queens. Even my little cousin is obsessed with black queens now, like wanting to bring them vile creatures around my place all the fucking time. Like when my little cousin sees them around the neighborhood, he's always like, auntie, invites them right inside so they can drink up all my lemonade, stumble around like they're drunk on the sugar. Me, I spray them with the hose as soon as I see them. And it's not racist because it isn't limited to one race. Like they're queen aunties in all races, that's a scientific fact. But I hate the black ones the most for sure. Lots of people hate the red ants, and I get that, but there's something about those small black ones. Goddamn ants. My place is overflowing with them. I called an exterminator, and he said he could only kill the ants, though, not my cousin. So still having to deal with it. Whenever one of my favorite celebrities dies, I'm always at a party. Realized this recently. It's been really bumming me out. When Michael Jackson died, I was at my cousin's wedding, and they wouldn't let the DJ play any of his songs. Said it might upset the kids. Like, wow, Michael Jackson, what a legend. Kids were afraid of him even after he died. That's like one for the pedophile Hall of Fame right there. I tried arguing, telling everyone at the wedding that Jackson had been acquitted of all charges, but the groom said it was not an appropriate topic for my best man speech, so just left, walked out before they could even serve the cake. When Kobe Bryant died, I was at a bar celebrating a girl's birthday. Yeah, that party crashed fast. And the birthday didn't last long after we heard about it either. We were all so bummed, especially me, because I was hoping to get anal for the first time that night from her. Older girls are super vulnerable on their birthdays, like helicopters are vulnerable to mountainsides, Classic Kobe, though. Putting down two so hard we all feel violated. It's the pilot who will get credit for Kobe Bryant's death in the history books. But we all know Kobe was pivotal to the effort. I guess that's up to the judge to decide now. I don't know. I'm not following the lawsuit. When Heath Ledger died, I was actually just about to do heroin, speaking of. And man, did that save me from a terrible mistake. When I heard he overdosed, I knew I had to go see the new Batman movie. I wasn't planning on it before that. I just thought that Heath Ledger was a Hollywood pretty boy. I had no idea he had addiction issues as well. Goes to show the best marketing is organic marketing, and the best heroin comes from anywhere but China. It's a real shame Heath Ledger died, though. Even a near-death overdose would have been great for his career. That is what made him a legend. He pushed it all the way. You can see that clearly in his acting. It's what took his portrayal of the Joker to the next level, hardcore drug use. I think mental illness is just the white privilege name for stupidity. It's hard being mentally ill now, though. I get that, because we are on the cusp of so many different revolutions happening all at once. Like, soon we're going to have self-driving cars and robot girlfriends. Can you guys think about how psychologically damaging it will be to see a robot give you a blowjob and then transform into your car? It's like, if you don't think Elon Musk is already working on that, then you have not seen his girlfriend. They literally named their child after an aircraft carrier, like after an airplane or something. The revolution has already happened, y'all. I don't think we can wake up because NASA has designed all of our mattresses since like the 1990s. I don't know. My psychiatrist tells me that's a coincidence that I stopped dreaming as soon as Donald Trump got elected, but I know the truth. I stopped dreaming then because that is when I started smoking marijuana. And now I'm lying to my psychiatrist about it. Donald Trump is a great scapegoat, though, for a lot of these issues. I don't want to talk to my therapist about. Like, I wish I could talk to my therapist so I could check and make sure she's mentally strong enough for all the things I have to tell her, That'll be my time.
Yay.
Hey.
Sweet. You guys have any feedback?
I think Black Queen's a good premise,
Uh-huh.
but get to ants sooner.
Okay.
And don't say aunties.
Okay.
Unless your nephew is saying aunties and you specify he's like a toddler.
Yeah. That's what it was supposed to be. I'll make that more clear.
But that's a nice twist.
Yeah. If I do get to ant sooner, you think that's actually worth it? Like, I feel like that's a...
Well, it's the sort of thing that you could open with, because it's somewhat shocking when you go into it, but then there's you hit the relief button.
I hear you.
Uh,
Just get to that relief.
But if you're going to do that, yeah, you got to get to the relief a lot faster, because you come in with a shocking line, and the tension is already close to as high as you can get. You're not going to want to escalate that tension.
Yeah.
You want to let them down right away, and then go into the rest of it.
That joke made me think, because I didn't really hear most of it because it was like kind of choppy, like connection was kind of choppy. but I have a joke that's it's got a similar like premise where the joke is like I think like exterminators are just hitmen for vermin, but I wonder if anyone's like gotten them confused. Like, oh, you said you had an ant problem? I thought you said ant. But
I'm just gonna get some water, but I'm listening. Right?
yeah, like ants. Fucking.
But
I wish I heard that one clearly.
I always think it's nice to open on something that makes the audience bang their heads a little bit, take note.
Yeah. I feel like it could be, if I can tighten it up so it's not just me crucifying myself on stage.
Yeah. I mean, tightening it up really is shortening it.
Yeah.
Then Michael Jackson, like in like fucking Kobe Bryant. Fuck. Black
I mean-
Celebrity Death Tour. Here's
Yeah,
kind of a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, Kobe jokes are always going to be for a narrow audience. As
That's what makes it my favorite.
famous, yeah, as it is. There's
Yeah.
just not going to be sports fans out there all the time, or death fans, or celebrity death fans.
Yeah.
I take it you don't do many black rooms.
I do. I
Me?
haven't done any of those on stage yet for just that reason. Like,
For
those
come
are
for
all-
Michael Jackson, you get your fucking throat slit. But I don't want to be like going over like a whole show. There's this I used to do this like you remember that one movie that was like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake where they had Johnny Depp just basically do a Michael Jackson impression?
Yeah,
Like, I mean, because would you
Not
trust
good.
your kid? Would you trust your kids with that guy? I mean, I think it's
I wouldn't trust my kids with the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, that's a horror movie. Gene Wilder was terrifying in that.
the thing was like
Great movie though.
Yeah, at least the parents were there though, because you don't want to send your kids to for him to take them on a tour of his chocolate factory, and he ends up taking himself on a tour of theirs.
Heyo.
Yeah, but fucking,
Good line.
you can have that if you want. Never gonna tell that one again. Tried it in front of black people.
Nope.
That one got burned. But fucking, yeah. Jan, do you have anything?
Of the examples, the one I liked the best was Michael Jackson at the they wouldn't let you play the music at the wedding, and then I've tried to something about kids were still afraid of him after he died. Is that what you said? And
Yeah.
he was acquitted, and so that one I liked, and I was just thinking you didn't have, and I know you don't have to, but you didn't have any women. You had three men, Michael Jackson, Kobe, and Heath Ledger,
Mhm.
and Amy Winehouse. Did she die? She's, I don't know. I maybe fewer people know her than the other one, but maybe if there was a woman that you want to include in there.
But you want to keep pissing off black people, so throw in Whitney.
That is not the goal. It's just coincidental. Like all three of those stories are somewhat true anyway. I just haven't been at a party when a girl celebrity has died. But Amy Winehouse is a good one. I'm just trying to think of who else is.
Because I saw one. You ever see one of those memes? It's like, if you could bring any of these celebrities back from the dead, like who would it be? And then they got like pictures of people. And one of them was like Whitney Houston, and someone said Whitney, and I was like, do you really want her to come back to life and realize what happened to her daughter? Because that would probably be too good.
That would be sad. Yeah, and then there was a girl, I can't think of her last name, Brittany. She was in a movie with Heath Ledger, Brittany something. She died. She might have been
yeah.
Freddie Murray. Yeah.
She was in 8 Mile as well.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was great.
Brittany Murphy.
I
Murphy.
should know about
With
that,
Brittany
but I
Yeah.
did not.
She died early too. I liked her. But my husband always, we have a joke about, I'm older, I need to get my beauty sleep. And
Mhm.
so I have to sleep more than the average person. So
Mhm.
he once hired Michael Jackson's anesthesiologist to give me propofol. Is he trying to give me beauty sleep or is he trying to kill me?
Uh-huh.
But, propofol is I don't know if people.
Luckily, he was with Prince at the time, so he couldn't see you.
Yeah, I couldn't see me, but yeah. So anyway, but there's a lot of
Mhm.
little things you can make fun of with, you don't want to make. I mean, it's tough to make fun of the way they died, but sometimes it's funny. But the one when you said the helicopter pilot's going to get all the credit, you mean I liked Colby. I mean, did people dislike him that much that they?
He's generally beloved.
It's like, yeah,
No.
that's what I didn't know. That was kind of like you said, people might be really upset with you.
Yeah.
There.
Even Michael Jordan liked him.
I had a closer to it it was a tragedy what happened to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, unless he actually raped that girl in Colorado, and then it might be karma. And that tickles me, but I don't think anybody else would find it funny.
Mhm.
That'd be a hard one to get away with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that like a joke or is it just like?
Or is that just your opinion?
Yeah, that's what I like fucking because there's a line, sometimes.
Hey, I thought the line was the N word, and you said we were safe to say that. So.
Dude, it's not. Say that's just a word, man.
Not to me.
You guys are missing out.
Heyo.
No is not
Actually,
in my
speaking
vocabulary.
of Kobe and the N word, you remember when that lady on the news fucked around instead of the Lakers? Like she said the Nakers, but it sounded like she said the Los Angeles Niggers.
What?
You didn't see that? It was all over the
No.
news. Like after he died, she was reporting, and she was like,
That must have been a Fox and Friends.
"It's like the Los Angeles Niggers," and then apparently like she it was a Freudian slip, but
Wow.
yeah, after that it was in a bit that was because
It's more of a Trumpian slip.
Yeah, I never watched basketball a lot as a kid, but I remember because the Pistons played the Lakers for the championship in 2004, and my family was mad at me because they were all rooting for the Pistons, but I was rooting for the Niggers. I mean Lakers. It could happen to anybody. Fuck. Because I was trying to think of a Kobe joke that wasn't about Kobe, because people that one might not go over well if there's anybody who's a fan
No, I
in the
hear you.
audience. But at the same time, fuck them.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those to bring the room down if I.
He's dead. What is he going to do?
No, because I can see the clip now. My God, fucking
White man burned on a cross in Milwaukee.
yeah.
But there might be somebody who people don't like that, I'm sure there's someone you can find.
Who's dead?
Yeah, who's dead. And, you can give the pilot the credit then, or whoever, the doctor the credit then, or something. Or
I was
Maybe
picturing
Jeffrey Epstein had died.
Well, what villains have died in plane crashes or
well,
helicopter
not
crashes?
yet, but we can hope, for
I was picturing-
I keep wishing bad things for Trump. If I could cause a pandemic, I keep wishing I could cause something bad there.
Mhm. As long as you didn't cause the Challenger disaster.
Oh, sad.
And
I
I
was
believe you
pic-
when you said you didn't. I don't know if everybody does, but I do.
Yeah, I watched that live when that exploded.
Me too.
So we have that in common.
Yep. And
So-
we both have the rubbing of that guy.
The rubbing, yeah. Yeah.
What if that was a horror movie? The Rubbing.
The rubbing.
Sounds horrific.
Uh-huh. But it has a happy ending.
Mhm. That's good.
No one got that.
I did.
Okay, Jim, thank you.
Mhm.
But who do you think got who got the chimp after Michael Jackson died? Was he still alive? Fucking Bubbles, or did he die?
Bubbles?
Bubbles.
Or
I know.
Bobo, or whatever the fuck the chimp's name was. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, it was Bubbles.
Or is it Bobo? No, it's
No, it was
Bubbles.
Bubbles. It was definitely Bubbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was picturing
Yeah.
like the crowd, like you tell a Michael Jackson joke, and then you look into the crowd, and it's just Bubbles in like a fucking veil,
Yeah.
like fucking still mourning. He just like runs on stage and rips your face off.
Mhm.
Well, don't give Bubbles a surprise party.
Yeah, right.
Jeff Koons is a very good sculpture of Michael Jackson and Bubbles, and they're dressed alike.
Mm.
Who
And-
got Bubbles? That's worth Googling.
I don't know. And I liked Elon Musk, and you think of more inventions that he might come up with later. You know, things that, how Apple transformed the little phone that we had, and the phone could do so many things. Maybe Elon Musk can do the same thing with a car, becoming a transformer, becoming all the things that you said, a robot girlfriend. What else could it be?
Mhm.
Turn into your penthouse, turn into your mansion.
The problem is the telephone itself isn't that good anymore. All the apps work, but the phone sucks.
I have an old one, so I'm not up to date on the new ones. But
How long
Yeah.
do you think it is before like the first person's killed by a sex robot?
Oh, I bet it's
It,
already.
it hasn't happened already?
Yeah. Some rich Chinese dude fucked around with some off the line bot and got electro jizzed.
I'm sure you can see it somewhere on the internet.
Any
That's
more
the thing
feedback,
with
you
porn,
guys?
though. If you can think about it, it's happened already.
maybe you can get a lifetime warranty on your sex robot, based on your lifetime. And if it kills you after the first encounter,
I'm going to take my sex robot to a Goditis.
mhm.
Jesus Christ. No, it's just like. But fucking, you guys have any more feedback on this?
Nope. On that terrible line of mine, I guess we end it.
Sweet. Fuck, I'm trying to think of something. Whatever. I guess it's my turn to tell some incredibly well-written jokes. So here we go. Having your balls sucked is overrated. You know how I know? Because nobody ever tries to suck their own balls. It's always straight for the dick. Every time. You think if it was that great, you like be willing to stretch like a few extra inches, but nobody ever does. Nobody ever does. I went to buy a shotgun the other day, and did you know they stopped giving you the dipping sauce for free? Like now they want you to pay like an extra 89 cents, But when I was a kid, when you bought a gun, they would just like give you the dipping sauce like with it. But now they're charging extra, and I don't know what the fuck this country is coming to, but they need to stop that shit. Yeah. Last year on Christmas Eve, somebody broke into my car and stole my air freshener, and that was all they took. It was like a can of air freshener I had in there, and it cost me like $1. What's weirder is they completely missed my solid gold retard helmet. Let me see. You guys remember when Stephen Hawking was alive? He always used to freak me out when I was a kid because he was barely able to move, and they had that thing that would translate his like little finger movements into people words. And I'd always wondered if somehow his translation software had become self-aware. Like it was just giving us, it was just giving us all these awesome theories and shit, and he had just been trying to type "kill me" the whole time because we would never know. We'd never know. Yeah, I grew up in Detroit, and we got a lot of crime and shit. And but it seems like every time I tried to go to sleep, like people would start shooting. Like the second my eyes would shut, the gunshots would start, and I'd be like, man, if this shit gets any worse, I'm just gonna stand outside of opera theaters, killing kids' parents, and hope that one day we get a Batman. It'll work eventually. Yeah, you know how every superhero has an evil doppelganger, like someone who looks exactly like them, but it's just evil. I think if I were a superhero, I would just pretend I had an evil doppelganger so I could just be evil for a day. You know, there's like a burning house I fly inside as a family, and then the dad's like, "Oh, thank God, you're here to save us. I was worried for a minute. I like the new black suit, by the way." And I'd be like, "Nah, I'm here to squish your kids." And he'd be like, "Huh?" I just pick one up. He's like, "Oh my God, what the fuck?" Welcome to hell, my friend. Phones are like I don't know how to work phones really well, and I don't know how to work the alarm on my phone. So instead of like setting the alarm, I just like I make a giant mouse trap, but one of the glue ones, you know, that like you get a mouse stuck in, and then I set it like near the elementary school that so that when a kid is walking to school in the morning, they'll get stuck in the trap, and then the Amber Alert will wake me up. I get it on my phone. Hmm. I started a new job, and I was trying to describe someone, and he was like really skinny, and he had like a mustache, but I didn't know. They were like, "What does he look like?" And I was like, "Well, he looks kind of like a skeleton, but with meat on it." And they were like, "You just described every person on the planet." Hmm. I had a dream. I dreamt that Stan Lee was actually short for Stangelina Jolie, and his whole life was just a role. My nephew found out I was doing comedy recently, and it's weird because he's like a little kid and shit. And he's all like, "Ooh, tell me a joke. Tell me a joke." And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Please." So I was like, "Okay." So I was like, "Knock, knock." And he was like, "Who needs sex robots when you got retards?" So I was raping a pile of dead babies the other day, and I was thinking, you think anyone's ever been walking in the woods and they see a bear, and the bear sees them, so they're like, "Oh fuck, this bear's about to kill me." So they go to run, but then they like twist their ankle and they fall, and now the bear is standing over them and just looks at them like, "I don't hate you, but if you died, I wouldn't be sad." And they just walk off into the sunset. I had a friend who jerked off 6 million Jews. We called him Beat Off Hitler. All right, I'm done. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. You guys have any any feedback?
The Batman and the beat up Hitler joke,
Series of
both
Those are great.
great.
The, oh, sorry.
So I would simplify the phone alarm joke because the Amber Alert punchline is strong, but you can't figure out how to set your phone alarm. So instead, you hire a guy to kidnap a kid at 7 a.m. And the Amber Alert wakes you up.
yeah.
It's just you're getting to it faster.
That one I thought of that like because I just thought of that like yesterday. I didn't know like how to word it.
Because all the mousetrap stuff gets in the way of Amber Alert, which is a good punchline.
Yeah. The one with the bear that started raping off the pile of dead babies. I don't know, you were cutting in and out for me, so maybe I missed part of it. But it was so many non sequiturs in a row. I didn't really know, like, I'm not sure.
Also,
Well,
sorry.
oh no, never mind.
So they're not off the bear. Did you say shotgun? Buying a shotgun in dipping sauce?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What were you trying to get at with that one?
It was a suicide drug.
I like the dipping sauce thing. It just I was thinking you were talking about
Yeah.
nuggets or something too.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I didn't get it, but I liked it.
With a little bit more setup, I think that one can be golden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because originally I had said they should start selling flavored shotgun barrels.
That's
but
good.
okay, I might go back to that then.
I mean,
Yeah. I went to buy a shotgun. They said, "What kind do you want?" I said, "Strawberry." Maybe.
Yeah. They're probably gotta make it more clear, yeah.
I mean, I like the dipping sauce one too. Now that
Yeah.
I just didn't catch on right away that it was about
Right.
put it in your mouth.
So now I got it. Still slower. Yeah.
Oh, and I feel like with the balls one, there's got to be something about like you can even stretch the balls, right? Like it's not a you could easily get them down past the shaft if you wanted to. If you're applying yourself.
You probably just like wait till you get older,
Yeah.
and
It
then
becomes easier as you
Your
age.
ball sack drops. In fact, that's the prize for getting old, and nobody wants it. That's why it's overrated.
Oh man, yeah, that's good.
Hey, you got some good stuff there.
Mhm. I like the Stanley with Stangelina Jolie. I thought that was good to do that. And yeah, so that was good. The bears in the forest, just like Corey said, I couldn't hear all of it. It broke up. So that one I didn't hear the whole thing. So that is, and then for me, it was breaking up a little bit when you were talking about the phones. I didn't know it was Amber Alert. I thought it was Antler Alert, like the deer, or I don't know. I started thinking, why is there an antler, in the joke? But anyway, that the antler of the deer woke you up. It poked you in bed. So that's how far removed I came from hearing what you said there. But that was good. And I was trying to think of the new job, the skinny guy with the mustache, the skeleton with meat on it, describes just about everybody. You needed maybe one more line, one more tag after that. I liked it, but just skinny mustache skeleton guy with the skinny guy mustache skeleton with meat on it. But maybe what is the job? It doesn't matter what the job is, maybe not.
Okay. Any more feedback, you guys?
No.
Okay.
With Christmas Eve, you have somebody breaking in your car, stealing the air freshener. And this is probably not as funny, but it's would you have Christmas presents in there? You had a whole car full of presents, and then what were some of the presents? Did it matter it was Christmas Eve when you said that? Could you make the punchline related to it being Christmas? What else could be in there? Christmas tree, presents. You said solid gold retard helmet. So it was a retard helmet?
Yep.
Okay, good.
The reason I said it was Christmas Eve is because that was actually a true story, except the last part. I just thought it would give it some like texture,
Mhm.
but yeah. Any more feedback, you guys?
No, you get fun stuff.
Cool,
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How long do they normally last? We're here
Yeah,
for quite a long time. Thank you for all the time.
Yeah.
yeah, this was one of the longer ones, but we made it. We made it to the end. Thank God. All right. Fucking yeah. So, thus concludes
Just
another.
don't go out and buy a shotgun tomorrow.
I already have a shotgun. Thus
What
concludes
flavor?
another episode of. I'm looking at it right now. I've been eyeing it this whole time, lustfully.
Cheers.
But yeah. So this is the point where, like, if you have like any social media or any podcast, anything you want to plug, you do it. So, Aaron, I'll start with you. Do you have anything?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at A Stoker Ring. That's ASTOKERRING. And my Twitter is Aaron SR. AARONSR.
Cool.
That's it.
Jan, do you have anything?
Yes, on Twitter, I'm Deadpan Jan. On Instagram, I'm just Jan Goditis. I have a Facebook page, Comedian Jan Goditis, and I have a website, and I don't remember what it's called, but something, my name is in there. It's probably Jan Goditis too. And so I have a website and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. But if you could like my page on Facebook, Comedian Jan Goditis, that would be the best.
All right. Corey, do you have anything?
I do not. Not after the Kobe Bryant stuff. I don't want any of their haters to track me down.
Are you fucking serious, dude? No one gives a fuck.
I got like Corey Strikes Comedy on
Words.
Facebook. That's all I have set up right now. It's a joke. Thanks for hosting, Bilal.
Good,
Yeah.
sweet,
Thank you
awesome.
very much. Nice meeting everybody.
Sorry for taking so long.
Yeah, we were